18 different nationalities. The runners ranged from early 20s to 60. We came to Para in April because I'd looked at a map of the state of Para and had found a potential location for the race. So Robert, the race director, and I came over here and we went down to Itapuama, which seemed to be a sensible distance from Alta de Chao as our starting point.
As a first test, this stage is only 15.7 kilometres, but it's in the hilliest part of the jungle.
Thank you.
The runners will get a good impression of what the jungle has in store for them. Heat, humidity, and some really steep ascents and descents.
That was hard. That was the hardest. That was definitely the hardest first leg of any race I've ever done. You know, it was just the up and down was brutal. It was awesome. It was beautiful and very hot too.
It's very beautiful place, but very tough. Huh? A lot of hill and going down and river and swim. It's a very tough race.
Excellent.
Up it is.
It's all new endurance, isn't it? But I tell you what, it's a lot warmer in Ireland, isn't it?
But it's like an adventure race. It's very cool. Yeah.
Well, it's been an absolute bugger of a day. It's been a lot harder than I ever expected. There's the hills, the heat, the humidity.
I will be strong.
I've drunk all my water. I've had 2.5 litres each checkpoint. I've put my electrolytes down. Basically, it's just too hot for me. God knows how much fluid I've just sweat out there. We stuck 2.5 litres in me. And I'm still gagging for a drink. That was the hardest. And the hardest day I've ever been on. That was just unbelievable.
The jungle is a whole different thing for doing one of these running races, and today was an example of how hard it's going to be. Carrying a heavy pack and getting their feet wet, and you get sand and grit in there, and I think a lot of people are already getting some blisters. We've already seen 3 people drop out today, and a couple of them were very ill. So, you know, it's a tough way to learn how to do this, but that's pretty much what everyone has to go through. The reason that I come to these events is, in fact, escape. I don't even care how well I do. Sometimes I do well, sometimes I don't. But it's unusual in this day and age to be able to leave your cell phone behind and the computer and all of those things and actually be able to just think about one simple task. And as a runner, by day 2, all I'm thinking about is the next checkpoint.
We basically found out about this through Event Rate, which talks all about the adventure racing, etc., etc. And I happened to mention it to some of my friends who willingly took up this deal.
L'année dernière, j'ai gagné parce que c'était la première édition. He just said he won it last year because last year was the first edition. There have been some strong runners, but not as strong as this year, and there are 22 nations in this year, and there are a lot of very strong runners, so he's trying to do his best. He already had a nice stage today, did a good result today. He's just doing it for finishing, and then we'll see what comes out.
So we're at the end of day one, and unfortunately we've had a couple of dropouts. Pretty unexpected. They were having problems through the day, but other people were having problems as well. Unfortunately we didn't manage to get them hydrated enough to keep them in the race. We had to use up too much fluid on them to really keep them in safely, I think.
Mm-hmm.